So, today we have with us Zac Hollis on Meet the Leaders. And Zac, today, I think like this setting, very different from what our usual interaction settings have been. Last one was Zoom.
Yeah.
So, good to meet in person and in this new workshop that Skoda is setting up. Big plans in store, right?
It's great to meet you. As you know, the last time we met was in Zoom when I was in Prague at the time.
Right.
You mentioned earlier I was working from my daughter's bedroom.
Yeah.
And now I've been back in India now for the last 3 weeks. 1 week I've been working with the team. It's fantastic to be back. And in the time that I've gone, we've of course set up this brand new workshop here in Mumbai, in Navi Mumbai. A lot of investment has gone in here. And I think this is all part of our move in India 2.0 to become a much more customer-centric organization by having facilities like this in India.
So this is a big, something that you've been preparing for a long time. Okay, I'm going to ask you that as well. Vision Iron. When does it get a name?
In January.
In January. In January.
In January.
So
I of course know the name, but I can't tell you.
Come on.
Yeah? No, that's not going to happen.
Promise to not carry.
Him over there will tell me off if I do this. No, in January.
There are so many floating around. Cosmic, Click, all the right sounding names.
And you got nothing from me when you said that, did you? No eye contact or nothing.
No, you're pretty good on your feet, like you're saying.
No, you're not having anything until the new year. In the new year, we will announce the name, and then of course we will move on to the static premiere in March, ready for the car to arrive in the showrooms in the middle of the year.
In the middle of the year, so we still have a bit of a wait.
You still have a bit of wait, but don't worry, we'll have lots of build up in the first few months of next year. So not only the Vision IN, but we will bring the new Octavia in Q2, the A8 Octavia, and the BS6 petrol Kodiaq we will also bring into Q2 as well. Now,
getting to know you as well in this, SUV or sedan?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I'm also like SUVs. I mean, I have a Kodiaq now. I love the car. I like the feeling, the strength of the car, the design of the car, the size of the car, and the road presence of the car. So I'm definitely with everybody else on SUVs. But sedan also has a place in my heart. I mean, the Octavia. I mean, you can see here in the workshop here. There's Octavias going back many years here, still on the road, still running well, and they're part of Skoda in India. The Octavia as well.
And talk about the Octavia, will we get a diesel with that? Because
no, only a petrol. We will have a petrol. We're still looking at diesels for the future. We're doing some tests on diesels, and certainly in 2021 we will only see petrol TSI cars.
So would it also get the 1.5 TSI, which we will see in the Vision IN?
I think you need to wait until nearer the launch, and we'll announce that. But it's more likely to be the 2-litre TSI.
Because traditionally there have been two engines, even in petrols, in the Octavia, which is why, because this is now you're going to be making it in India.
We are making the engines in India. Yeah.
That's on the Octavia, and of course we're looking forward to seeing that. But in terms of the Vision IN, if I have to ask you, how much of the show car has been translated onto the production car? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Especially the grille.
Which bits did you like? The grille?
The grille was something that was definitely got a lot of people's attention. So
I think the purpose of a concept car at a motor show is to really show what the designers can do. Yeah, they can experiment, they can try different things, but at the same time, they can get reaction. They can get reaction from journalists like yourself. They can get reaction also from customers. So we take feedback, and then we'll see what we can incorporate into the production car. And of course, not only into the production car, but maybe into facelifts or future models in the future based on the feedback that we got. But of course, the majority of the design cues from Vision IN you will see in the new car when it's launched. But of course, you need to wait until March to see this.
And looking at what we've gone through now, we've seen a really tough time, not just in India, globally. People kind of reevaluating what their priorities are, what their weightages are. And Skoda has been a premium brand, is a premium brand in India, even in the mass market segment that way. Has the pandemic kind of forced you to rethink any aspect of the Vision IN, let's say the pricing positioning? Because value for money has become even more important than before.
Sure, and we need to make sure we bring a value for money car to India. But of course, at the end of the day, there's a lot of investment gone into this car. We've got the very latest technology. We've got the MQB A0 platform that's been localized in India. Right. So of course, we've got to make sure that we've got the right business case for India as well, so we can continue investing going forward. What it has made us do is also look at other channels. So for example, we recently launched an approved used car program because used cars also become important at the moment. When people maybe who don't have the budget for a new car are looking for personal mobility, they still want the quality and value that they expect from Skoda, but of course they can get that as a used car. So we've launched a used car program, and by early next year we'll have all the dealers on the used car program, and this will also give an opportunity for people at a lower price to get into Skoda cars too.
You also introduced the lease and subscription model recently. How is that doing?
It's started. We've started to write a few contracts now. We're working with our partner Oryx. Going forward. But of course, the plan is to get the thing ready and really up and running, and make sure the whole network is trained and up and running, ready for India 2.0.
So that you expect that to be a crucial part of the
For sure,
India
because I mean, we need to grow our sales massively. I mean, we are selling at the moment, we're selling between 1,100, 1,500 cars a month. When it comes to the same period next year, we need to be selling 4,000 plus. This means we need to be exploiting all of the market sectors, and not only selling cars in metro cities, we need to be selling cars also in more rural locations. And that's the reason we're expanding our dealer network. So at the moment, this year we started with 65 touch points. By the end of this year, we'll close on 100. We're on 94 at the moment, so we're almost there at that psychological target of 100. And by next June, we will hit 130. So we will also be selling cars much more across India than we've done in the past. We'll be exploiting all of the sales opportunities, and corporate is clearly an opportunity going forward for us.
Okay. And talking about the Kodiaq, in terms of the lineup, you're going to be adding a petrol, right?
It will be a petrol car, yes.
And is there any plan of the RS?
The diesel RS is not actually continuing in Europe at the moment. So let's see what Europe's plans are for the future of RS, and then we will decide. But at the moment, the diesel is not continuing in Europe either.
Okay. So. And talking about showroom and the experience here, I think when you go to Vision Iron, going more mass and to the heart of the market in that sense, and I mean that segment is where a lot of action is happening. One of the traditional, and you've been through this over and over again and you've been addressing it, but I think that's a question that's coming up that still persists, is the service and after sales experience. Is there something special planned for the new products as well, for the Vision Iron products?
That's the reason why we're here. The reason why we're here today is, okay, you want to talk about new cars because it's exciting. I also want to talk about after-sales experience going forward. And what we've got here is a new modern facility here in Navi Mumbai. And if you look up the top here, you can also see that we've got a very transparent setting. So customers can actually watch their car being serviced. Not only does that give transparency to customer, it also focuses on the staff here to make sure that they're looking after the customer's cars, they're making sure they've got a nice environment. So the physical facilities are good. Have to be right. And also we're expanding our service network to be closer to customers. Many customers have criticized us for not being close to them. And to be customer centric, we need to be close to customers. So for example, we've launched a smaller format workshop. So in some cities, in smaller cities in India, we'll go ahead with a 2-bay workshop. And that'll be able to do 70% of the jobs that a normal 3S dealership can do, but it will be like a hub and spoke. So the main workshop will do 30% of the more complicated jobs, and also the paint and body shop we've done in the main workshop. And then we'll launch compact workshops, and we'll have the first of the compact workshops will go live this month. And so all of the sales branches by the middle of next year will have a compact workshop with them. So first of all, we're looking at new facilities like this. Secondly, we're looking at compact workshops to improve the service experience. And thirdly, what we're also doing is we're making sure that we've only got the right long-term partners with us going forward. So we have actually parted company with some long-term dealers because of the high level of complaints. Because I need to make sure that I take forward the right partners who have the right cultural attitude in terms of customer satisfaction and customer centricity. That's very important for me, and that means we've actually replaced some dealers who have had high level of complaints. That's something that we've done. I can say that now.
We've seen that change.
From that point of view, you've seen that change already. You'll see it more. But at the end of the day, we've got half as many complaints coming in as we had 2 years ago, and that's also important. So that there's real movement there, and it's really working.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna throw some of the awkward questions now your way, so that we know Zac Hollis a little bit better. Book or movie?
Book or movie? Movie.
Yeah. Okay. Rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive.
Why is that? Any?
I love this rugged feel when you're off-road. I mean, I've done some of these off-road experiences and things like that, and it's fantastic. I remember I was in, a few years ago, I got the pleasure of going to Tibet. And I went to Mount Everest from the Tibetan side. Of course, I could do it from the Indian side as well, but not yet. I haven't done that yet, but I went from the other side. And we were in one of the really tough all-wheel drive car, and I tell you, these things can go anywhere, and they're a lot of fun to drive and a lot of fun to be around. And I've done the same thing in India with cars like Kodiaq as well.
Awesome. So now coming to that, best road trip, longest road trip.
Longest road trip. I drove once from England to Austria with my kids on holiday before iPads. Yeah, before iPads. Yeah.
It's a lot of conversations.
With colouring books and conversation. Yeah. And it takes 2 days to get from the UK down to Austria. It takes 2 days. And of course, we wanted the bikes and everything else with it because we were renting somewhere down there. And this was before iPads. I think these days we're all a bit lazy and we just put the kids in the car with an iPad and they watch a movie, but that was in the days before iPads. So it's a challenge. From that point of view.
Are we there yet?
And sometimes you've only just gone around the corner and it's like you're there. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Sports car or luxury car?
A sports car.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I would have asked you this other question, coupe or convertible, but I already know you've got a convertible.
I have a convertible, so I have a. You know, I've got this Felicia, this Skoda Felicia. But you know, I mean, I really love iconic English sports cars. You know, Aston Martins and Jaguar E-types and things like that. I'd love to have one myself, but every time I look at it, every year the price goes up and up and up. So as I save, the price goes up and up and up from that point of view. But I mean, there was a lot of publicity recently around the DB5,
right?
Because sadly Sean Connery passed away, and you just look at the car; it's so iconic in terms of that British sports car look, and so I've got a lot of affection for old British sports cars as well.
And talking about Sean Connery and having that slightly let's say being who you are, right, in that sense, and that's something we really admire about you, and it's sometimes incredible to watch it happen on Twitter, as is you're very forthright about what you think and what you want to say. Sometimes do you question yourself on that?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think, I mean,
it's hugely admirable. I'm going to say that.
I think what I've got. Someone once said to me, it was actually my marketing director. He said to me, "Our customers are our best auditors." Yeah. I mean, essentially, I've got thousands and thousands of internal auditors out there, and they will tell me when something's not right. Yeah, they will tell me, I went along to this workshop, I had this experience that wasn't good, and they will tell me. Right. And by doing this, we can change something. Right. You know, I launched an approved used car program. Customer came back and said, your website's not good. Okay, I closed it, and now I'm fixing it. From that point of view. Yeah. So I would say that our customers are best auditors, and by listening to customers and getting their views and their feedback and being accessible, we can actually change and improve things.
No, but I think so often we find out what's happening at Skoda because of what you've tweeted out, right? So we are always, I mean, and this is a kind of transparency that you're talking about, which is rare today. So I don't know if it is something that you focus on and creating that, position for yourself or that approachability aspect. But it's lovely. I just wanted to let you know. I don't know if it gives you sleepless nights. At times, it seems like.
I think I'm also passionate about customers. I'm passionate about customer centricity. And if a customer genuinely has a grievance about something that happened in our workshops, I want to know about it. I want to make sure my team supports that customer. And that's important for me. And if a customer genuinely has a question about something, and I can answer it quickly and easily, then I will do it.
Awesome. So on the social media note, Twitter or Instagram?
Twitter. I've not really managed Instagram. I've got one, but nothing's really happened with it. So Twitter I like, but. So.
Okay. One more question. This is again going to be a little tough in that sense. JDM, American muscle, or German engineering? Personal.
If the vintage car I have now, this Felicia, yeah, it's got great character and great style, but at the end of the day, it's not a muscle car. It is an 1100cc engine, and it's light. It goes. It takes a while, and it will get to 100 kilometers an hour. But I don't want to take it there because it might take a long time to stop from that point of view. But I would love to own an engine a car where you turn the ignition, it goes boom, 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 boom. You know, there's a certain attraction for that. So yeah, I'd love to have an American muscle car. I would like one.
Awesome.
To do this.
All right, Zac, I'm all good.
Pleasure.
And really nice to catch up with you and get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for
appreciate
actually visiting
fantastic
this
setup.
Fantastic setup we've got here. Yeah. And as I said, hopefully I've once again tried to explain to you what we're doing to improve the ownership experience and to make sure that going forward, people aren't saying, I love the cars, but in terms of the after-sales experience. We have to move that thing on, and I'm hoping that we can achieve that also with facilities like this.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.